Hi everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. It's me, Colleen. And today I ran into some really good friends when I was at the grocery store. So I decided to ask them back for dinner tonight. But I don't have anything really special to make for dinner, so I have to come up with something. And what makes dinner special is cream cheese. And I have this great recipe. It's called Company's Coming Saucy Oven Fried Chicken. And I make it a lot when I have company coming because it's really delicious. The sauce made with the cream cheese makes it over the top delicious. It's so good that when I had my Cooking Across America event, I was asked to make it and it was a knockout. Everybody loved it. One important key thing that you're going to need is a Ziploc bag. That's how we're going to get our chicken coated. I use 3 boneless, skinless chicken breast, 1 cup of mayonnaise, and 1 cup of Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. I use 2 cups of heavy cream, a 1/2 cup of the whipped Philadelphia cream cheese, tablespoon of butter, 1/4 cup of scallions, 3 cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of seasoning salt, and about a teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. And we're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. The chicken breasts until they're about half of the thickness that they were to begin with. We're not going to make them real thin. And that happens real quickly, just like that. Just slice them. Because you don't want them to be too big. Because what we have to do with them next, you want them to be a nice size to be able to handle. So before I get too messy, I'm going to take my Ziploc bag. I'm going to put my breadcrumbs in my Ziploc bag. And one thing I learned while doing my Cooking Across America, don't trust the zipper on your Ziploc bag. Yeah. I flipped it over and all of my breadcrumbs came out. That was not fun. But we're not going to do that today. So first thing we're going to do is put our mayonnaise in a bowl. And then we're going to coat our chicken with our mayonnaise. Very simple. Just make sure that it's well coated. This is the messy part. And then you just, one piece at a time, drop it in here and shake, 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 shake it up. Make sure it's nicely coated. Once your chicken is nicely coated with your breadcrumbs, shake off any excess. And I have a cookie sheet here that's been sprayed with some cooking spray. And you place it on there. And you can also spray it with cooking spray again if you want extra crispiness. I like mine not as crispy, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then you just repeat that with the rest of the chicken breasts. Our chicken breasts are all nicely coated, and I'm always afraid when I say 1 cup of Italian flavored breadcrumbs that it's not going to quite coat them, and it always does. It always seems like, oh, it's not going to be enough, but it is. So if you feel that way when you're shaking it and, oh, it's not going to be enough, it will be. Trust me, it will be. You'll be fine. You can use panko breadcrumbs, that's fine. Any kind of breadcrumbs you want to use, you can use. I just go and get regular old Italian flavor, Italian seasoned breadcrumbs at the grocery store. The Italian seasoning makes this really nice. You don't have to add anything to it. It's just going to come out of the oven perfect just the way it is. And then that sauce on top, oh boy, wait till you taste that. So this is ready to go into the oven. Our oven was preheating while we were doing our chicken breast, so it's ready to go. We're going to put it in our 400-degree oven. And so we put it in our 400-degree oven, and we're going to let it cook for about 30 minutes. It's been pounded nice and thin, so it should cook through without any problem. And we're going to get started on our sauce. We're going to melt our 1 tablespoon of butter. And while that's melting, I'm going to peel and dice up or mince up my garlic. And I really like fresh garlic. I have fresh garlic around all the time. There really is nothing quite like the taste of fresh herbs and spices. Our butter is melted. Our garlic can go right in. We'll also put in our scallions or green onions. A lot of places in the country they call these green onions. So it's the same thing. If you're looking at them and saying, it doesn't look like scallion, it looks like a green onion. Those are the same thing. And we're just going to let those go for about a minute. Next up, we're going to add in this wonderful cream cheese. That's going to make our sauce so silky smooth. You're going to turn your heat down to, low at this point. You don't want to scorch this. And you want to stir until this is melted. I mean, this sauce, really? Does it get any easier? I don't think so. I'm going to add in your heavy cream. Look at that. Add in your seasoning salt. And your black pepper. Simmer. Maybe you have to turn it up. You have to play with the heat on this because you don't want to scorch it. You don't want it to burn or stick to your pot. But you want it to come to a simmer. You want it to bubble a little bit and then simmer for about 10 minutes. My guests are going to really like this. Now I know. This is how I know. Because when I had my Cooking Across America, the next day I got an email from one of my RWOP friends that I've had since last season. I won't say who. Asking me for this recipe. So that's how I know it's good. So our chicken has been in the oven for 30 minutes and it's looking really good. You can see they're nice and crispy and cooked through. They really look good and they smell really good too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plate it up, get the sauce on it, and show you how I would serve it, or how I'm going to serve it tonight for my company. And we're going to have some extra sauce on the side because people want extra sauce with this. They love the sauce so much. And I have to tell you that the other thing you can do with this, leftover-wise, is save some of the sauce cold. It gets really nice and thick. And you put your chicken breast on, because it's nice and thin now, on a roll, and you put some of that yummy cream cheesy sauce on it, and you have a wonderful sandwich tomorrow. Here is my finished product, and it looks wonderful. Take a taste. Look, the plate's full, and I have a piece on the side, so nobody will know, right? Nobody will know that I snuck a little taste ahead of time. So good. And now we can go have a really nice dinner and enjoy people that we haven't seen in a really long time. And it's all because of the Philadelphia cream cheese that let me make this wonderful sauce that sends this recipe over the top. So thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.